Om Namo Narayan. On November 23rd, we are celebrating the 95th birthday of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Sri Sathya Sai Baba is known to many of us as a spiritual leader, guru, and philanthropist. His organization, called Sathya Sai Organization, is spread across 126 countries with around 1200 spiritual centers. These centers provide basic education, health care, and also help in the spiritual upliftment of the common public. Sri Sathya Sai Organization or spiritual centers operate on 5 basic principles: the principles of truth, love, non-violence, right conduct, and peace. In line with the teachings of Sri Sathya Sai Baba, these spiritual centers and their volunteers are always in the forefront whenever there is any natural calamity. In this video, let's try to go through the birth chart of Sri Sathya Sai Baba and see which factors have contributed to him becoming an ascetic and taking up social service as a motto, and also promoting many others to establish spiritual centers across this world. Based on the data that is available on the public domain, Sri Sathya Sai Baba was born in the village of Puttaparthi at around 6:05 am, just when the sun was about to rise on the horizon. At the time of his birth, Libra was the rising sign, with a stellium of Sun, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus in the second house, Ketu in the third house, a debilitated Jupiter in the fourth house, and Mars in the seventh house, retrograde, Moon and Rahu sitting in the sign of Gemini. Now, many people have asked me this question, whether Baba became an ascetic by choice or due to the circumstances. I would say both, because Baba being born in the sign of Libra, it indicates that at some point in his life he would be an exceptional healer, and at some point in his life there will be situations that will force him to move away from the family. Serving people, if we take the stellium of planets in the second house, 2 natural and bitter enemies, Sun and Saturn, sitting in the sign of Scorpio, indicate that he will not get that level of support which he is expecting in his life from his family, mainly from his father. Basically, a retrograde Mercury in the second house in the sign of Scorpio, along with Venus, who is combust, somehow destroys the significations of the second house. Moon and Rahu in the nakshatra of Ardra in the sign of Gemini indicate that at some point in his life he will be abandoning the family and he will be pursuing his goal of spirituality, serving the people, healing the people, and also spreading this message of love to the humanity. Now, if we take the Mahadashas into the consideration, we see that during the Rahu Mahadasha, he has a threat to his life in the form of a snake which was found under his bed. And in the Jupiter Mahadasha, he goes through a spiritual transformation. During the Jupiter Mahadasha, we see that Swami goes through another trouble in the form of Scorpion and Swami falling unconscious for around 1 or 2 days. After the scorpion bite, Baba was taken to local healers who treated him in the most inhuman ways possible. But Baba was completely calm and he was awaiting for the divine message. And exactly after this incident happened, Baba revealed to everyone that he is an avatar of Shirdi Sai Baba. They really tried to understand his teachings and they were convinced that he is a reincarnation of Baba himself. Though some people still debate to this day whether he is an incarnation or not, as we go through his teachings, we see that most of his teachings are a repetition from the Vedas, from the Puranas, and also from the teachings of Sai Baba. Now, Jupiter Mahadasha, as we understood, was a great period of transformation, but Baba gained fame during the Shani Mahadasha or the Saturn Mahadasha from 1943 to 1964, and his message to humanity was well understood. People believed in faith healings reported by his community, and many people started going to Puttaparthi for either spiritual teachings or for healings or for material benefits. When we say material benefits, people ask me, how is it possible? Let's not forget that Scorpio is a hidden sign. It's a sign of the tantrics, the magicians, and Libra is a sign of healers. We understand the role of Mars, Saturn, and Sun in the horoscope of Sathya Sai Baba. When it comes to Sathya Sai Baba, in his 50s, his message was already understood by people in 126 countries. He was able to see these organizations grow and help people across 1200 spiritual centers. And Baba also made a will that the funds are distributed for activities A, B, and C during his lifetime so that these funds will not be misutilized. We see that Jupiter debilitated in the horoscope of Sathya Sai Baba did not stop him from gaining the spiritual knowledge. Now, people are shocked because whenever we talk about spiritual teachers or gurus, we look at the position of Jupiter and we try to analyze if he is a spiritual person or not. But this is not the right method. I always say that it is the Purva Punya, what you have done in your past life, that drives your present life, and what you are doing now will drive your future life or your next birth. So Ketu being present in the sign of Sagittarius is a sign of his past learnings, and Rahu and Moon in the sign of Gemini is a sign of his present work. Preaching, teaching what he has gained in his past life. Sagittarius is a dharmic sign and Scorpio is past learnings, hidden learnings, teachings from those people who are either spiritually connected or traveling in their astral bodies. Definitely, by looking at the horoscope of Sathya Sai Baba, no one can say that he is a quack or he is a charlatan, because he is born in the sign of Libra with a stellium of planets in the second house, Jupiter in the fourth house, and Ketu in the third house. Very beautiful speech. Baba has given around 1500 speeches and he has written around 14 to 15 Vahinis. Now, after the Jupiter Mahadasha, the Saturn Mahadasha, as we already understood, was responsible for his rise and fame across the world. The controversies and the cases filed by other organizations against the Sathya Sai organization happened due to the combination of Rahu and Moon being the 10th lord, conjoined with Rahu, who is exalted in the sign of Gemini, and this was responsible for the downfall or the partial loss of image that Sathya Sai organization had in the public for a long time. Please note that the allegations were made by his foreign devotees. Very few members of the Indian community have complained or resorted to these methods of defaming the Sathya Sai organization. We can see that Jupiter, though debilitated in the horoscope of Sathya Sai Baba, was able to give positive results. How is it possible? Jupiter is being aspected by Saturn. Apart from the controversies during his lifetime, there were controversies even after his death regarding the nature of his death, but we see that Baba's death is natural. Baba left his body when his Surya Dasha was operating. Baba was experiencing difficulty in breathing for quite a long time, and since the year 2008-2009 itself, there were signs that his body is not cooperating and he could not participate in the events as he did earlier. When we take a look at Baba's natal chart, we see that Baba could experience troubles related with respiration or heart or kidneys based on the position of planets in his horoscope. As reported by doctors, Baba left this earth due to difficulty in breathing and also problems related to kidneys. People often ask me, how can a godman die due to natural causes? Why he cannot heal himself? The answer is very simple. Healing in different dashas will be different. That means Baba had tremendous healing powers when he was around 14 years. He had tremendous healing powers in his midlife around 40 to 50. But as he started aging and he entered the Naisargika Dasha of Saturn, his ability to heal people is affected. This applies to all godmen across India. The power that you have at a very young age is different from what you have when you age. Another very important question that people ask me is, were the materializations fake? Is it possible that you could materialize something that is not there? Well, I would say that the aspect of Mars on the Lagna and the aspect of Mars, who is powerful, retrograde, sitting in his own sign of Aries and aspecting the Sun, Saturn, Venus and Mercury, will give him the ability to materialize things though this does not happen in every horoscope. For a person to do such activities, he should have the Purva Punya. Without having a very strong 5th or 9th house or 12th house, you cannot expect a man to perform miracles. Irrespective of positive and negative things that people say about Sathya Sai organization, this organization is well respected and operating in line with the principles laid out by Sathya Sai Baba. They are doing great service to all people, irrespective of their caste, creed, nation, racial differences, and helping everyone to realize their potential. This is my short analysis on the horoscope of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, and keep watching. Om Namo Narayana.
भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं,
हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं,
जप ध्यान बिना संयोग नहीं, जप प्रभु दर्श बिना प्रज्ञान नहीं, दय धर्म बिना सत्य कर्म नहीं, भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं, हरि नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं, हरि नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं,
हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि